Hey, and welcome to this edition of Bleed the Purple Podcast 2022. I am jumping in a little late in the season, but it is what it is. And we have a big game coming up on Sunday with the Lions. And believe it or not, the Lions are favored, but it's really because the betting people are betting more on the Lions than the Vikings. So you explain that to me. We're 10-2. The Lions are 5-7. Uh, you know, how do we not be favored in this game? I don't know, but we're not. But we still have to play the game, and we if we win, we're in. We're division champs, and we have a home playoff game, and so on and so forth. I see us taking this game. The Lions are still the Lions. They haven't until they have a winning record. You can't take them too seriously, in my opinion. So, just want to throw that out there. Um, I want to talk about a few players and a coach that we need to address here because kind of enough is enough. And let's talk about Daniil Hunter. His position is labeled as outside linebacker. He's a guy who reached the fastest 50 sack total in the history of America, for Christ's sakes, and we turn him into a linebacker. That doesn't make sense. He needs to be down with his hand in the dirt as a defensive end rushing the passer. He doesn't need to be out in the flat where I've seen him and number 98 every now and again. They're not linebackers. They're defensive ends who their job is to rush the passer on passing downs. I'm not sure why we have Daniil labeled as an outside linebacker. It just doesn't make sense. So he's not having a kind of season that he's used to. But it's because he's playing a stupid position. And speaking of stupid, let's look at this guy here, Donatel. He needs to go. This defense is soft. We're getting lucky. Anything can happen down at the goal line, and I think we've been lucky. Teams are flying down the field, big plays after big plays. We can't stop anyone when we need to. Philadelphia crushed us. Dallas crushed us. The Bills, they scored 30 points. I mean, that's way too many points. I don't like this defense. I never liked 3-4. 3-4 is a college / high school type defense. It's not a pro level defense in my opinion. And I don't like Donatel's defense. I don't even listen to his his press conferences because he sounds like a dope. He doesn't, he can't even hear the answers half the time. I mean, the guy is like, he needs to retire is what he needs to do. I mean, he's a great guy and he's done well. He's won a Super Bowl or two. Good for him, but he needs to go. We need a younger defensive coordinator that has some fresh ideas, kind of like our coach now. Fresh ideas, not the same old thing. So, let's hope this is Donatel's last season. And speaking of same old thing, why aren't we getting Kane the ball in any kind of creative way to get him in space to make a play or two? I mean, watching him just watch kickoffs go over his head is just frustrating because, I mean, he touches the ball and you just never know. I mean, why don't we put him out as a wing on offense and do some kind of a reverse or anything to get him the ball on offense? I mean, the guy he's shown that he's just a threat. Why would you not want to get him the ball at least 2 or 3 times, 4 times during a game? So that's something I would want to have addressed. Now let's talk about Joseph. I don't know if I'm sold on Joseph. Again, he's a great guy and he's doing well. He's trying, but he's not doing as well as he needs to. Those missed extra points are becoming the norm with him at least one a game, and we can't have that. Yeah, he'll make a 50-yarder every now and again, but those extra points are critical, and we need them, and we can't have him missing extra points. So I'd like to see us not renew his contract next year, to be totally honest with you. And then if we want to talk about not renewing contracts, I'm not sold on Sullivan. He hasn't made any plays that I can remember. He's constantly getting beat left and right. He's not aggressive enough. He's not a good tackler. I don't know. I'd like to not renew his contract either and get. We should have drafted Antoine's son there, who was available. And instead, we go with Gladney. God rest his soul. I mean, that was a huge mistake in my opinion. But that's behind us. But let's move forward and let's hear from our sponsors. One sponsor before I finish this podcast. So, in closing, we need to win this game very, very simply. We can't have the Lions gain any confidence with a win over us. It just can't happen. So, I am looking forward to Sunday. My prediction will be Vikings 27, Lions 17. That's my prediction for Sunday. Let's see how it goes. And as always, let's skull out. Skull. Skull.